Hello, my beautiful friends. I have missed this channel and you guys so much. The past couple of weeks have just been hellacious with the school year winding down, and it gets so busy with testing and meetings, and I just kind of lost myself in my job, and my hobbies and things that I also enjoyed doing kind of got pushed to the wayside. So I'm so glad to get back to it. Today we are going to create this soft, easy, feminine look that's just screams summertime. If you enjoy makeup but you just don't have the time to fuss with it and you need something that's foolproof and easy and that's going to last the day, well, then I've got you covered. I feel so classy and soft. I just love this look. Love it so much. So let's just get to it. Let's get down to business. Let's jump in. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a free way that you can support me and what I do here, and I would thank you so much for it. Talk to me in the comments below. All right, bye. All right, let's get on into it. First, I'm going to start with this Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. One of my favorite YouTubers, Jessica Braun, raved about this stuff, and I was always too scared to buy it because the only way that I could find it was Amazon. And you know how, especially with Amazon, like trying to find your color match and then you get it and it's too dark or too light and then you have to send it back. I didn't want to fool with that, so I never splurged until I got lucky and I actually found this at TJ Maxx. I am in the shade number 23 Natural Beige. I believe it's around $11 online. If you were close to my skin tone, which is fair to light with neutral undertones, this is perfect. I love this stuff. I feel like I love that it has a pump. That's nice. You can get exactly how much you want out. I use about like a pump and a half on the back of my hand. And then I put it in the places where I want the most coverage. But you can kind of see it's got this grayish tone to it, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna look like a corpse. But you won't. I'm gonna stop there because I want this to be a light look. I still have a little bit on the back of my hand, but I'm gonna use my big ol' e.l.f. Dunkin' sponge to super quickly blend this in. I love this because of this pretty satiny finish. It looks so natural. It evens out my skin tone, but you can still see freckles. So it's still gonna look like your skin. This does not look makeup-y at all. Let me look at myself up close. Yeah, it just blends in so well. You cannot tell when I look up close to my skin. You really can't tell that I'm wearing makeup. I just look at that little boy. Cooper, you're supposed to be my video assistant. You can't leave the job earlier. No treats. That's not how a job works. I just love how it blends in. I don't see any of this cakey film on my skin. You know how sometimes if your skin isn't like perfectly moisturized, then there can be like these little, I don't know what to call it, like little dots on your skin where maybe it clung to the dryness. I never have issues with this foundation. It just looks like my skin but perfected, and it's the perfect, one of the best shade matches I've ever found for my skin. Another great one that might be a little bit more accessible is the number 7 Stay Perfect. This one in Cool Vanilla also kind of has a grayish neutral undertone, and if you have a skin tone like me, it's such a good match. So many, especially drugstore. I'm going to take a tiny bit more and go over places like this lovely like sunspot that I have. Give myself a little bit more coverage there, a little bit more coverage here, and I think that's all I need. All right, And isn't that what we want? Like perfected looking skin. None of us don't want a cakey looking layer on our face. We just want perfect looking skin. And I feel like this product really achieves that. So I love it. Thank you, Jessica, for the great recommendation. I'm gonna move right along now to powder. Oh no, not powder. Concealer. I'm gonna use the NYX Bear With Me. This is the Serum Concealer. This stuff also blends so seamlessly. Like, you don't have to spend forever. This is about how much it's like a little squirt bottle. I do like this with my fingers. This little boy is being so bad behind me. What are you doing? Okay, I let him free. He was bothering me. He does not care about my cool makeup look today. So anyway, like I said, this is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum infused with tremolo mushroom. I don't know, whatever it is, it blends so well. I'll tell you the shade I got in just a second. Using this Real Techniques concealer brush. I used to always use a sponge, usually the same sponge that I used for my foundation, I would use for my concealer. And I've gotten into using brushes because I feel like brushes give you better pigment, like better, what am I looking for? Choose words. Can you tell that it's the end of the school year and I am that teacher tired? My brain is mush. Can't even think straight anymore. That's me. More coverage. That's it. Brushes give me better coverage. The sponges were absorbing too much and then I'd have to go in and use more product, and this is just easier. Don't have to use as much concealer. I like to look up and tap to really press it in. And then quickly, I don't wait too long, I will quickly get my under eye powder. I'm using the number 7 Lift and Illuminate. It's a very finely milled, thin powder. And I look up and I tap. I'm not using very much at all, but this will just set the concealer, and by looking up and pressing it in, we will avoid it creasing into our fine lines and wrinkles. Looking good, looking good, looking fresh. Looking fresh. Liking the way the skin is looking. Yeah, let's move right on along. I think I want to do... We're going for classy. We're going for natural, classy, easy. Let's use my Milani Silky Matte bronzer in Sunkissed. It looks like this. I like this bronzer because of the tone. It's a very light, not warm hardly at all. It's more of a contour shade than anything, but I feel like on fair skin, this is such a good bronzer. I put it in the contour areas too, but I kind of bring it to my cheeks and then I'll bring it up towards my hairline like this. Just kind of like a big C. Might do some under here. Not that it really does anything in my opinion, but makes me feel better. On the other side, it's thin. It's more of a, well, it says silky matte, which I guess it's matte, but it's not a powdery, cakey matte. Like, you can still see my freckles. Even if I did like this, you could still see my freckles and skin. underneath. So I feel like it looks so natural, warms up the skin a little bit, naturally contours. Do a little here, a little on the chin. So see, under the double chin, little nose, little chin. Okay, now we've done a lot of matte and satin so far finishes. Let's do kind of a glowy blush, because that's really going to liven up our skin. I haven't used this little guy in a while. This is a mini size of the Hourglass Blush in Luminous Flush. Luminous Flush. Look at it. It's so little. So little. Let's see. Let me get him. A little blush brush for my little blush. Now I'm going ham. I want to be Miss Piggy-fied, because I feel like it's so feminine and youthful. I kind of bring it up as well. I place it kind of high. I feel like it lifts my face. I have such a round face that I feel like by placing my bronzer and blush higher, it lifts and kind of elongates my face. Little on the apples, little on the bridge of the nose. You can see that little bit of shine there. It's so, there's no glitter, no shimmer particles. It just looks healthy and glowy. Then I will actually, oh my God. You know what? I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop the video for a second. I was like, this video's ruined. And I was just gonna stop the whole thing. But no, I don't think I need to. But I forgot powder. That whole debacle with Cooper messed me up. and I just completely forgot to do powder. Ah! Let me look at my skin. Skin is looking good. And because these products are so easy to work with, I feel like it blended on top of that foundation without any patchiness. Sometimes when you don't set your foundation with powder and then you go in with a pigmented blush or a pigmented bronzer, it kind of sticks to it, and then that's where you get that patchiness from. It's not a smooth blend, it's going to be patchy. But I feel like I didn't have any of those problems because of the products that I use. But I am going to take some of this ColourPop. This is the Pretty Fresh ColourPop. This is such a nice powder. Another one of my favorite YouTubers recommended this. She has oily skin as well. Andrea. She has a beautiful Italian last name. Andrea Mantilliono. I will link her and Jessica Braun below. Love their channels, love the content that they make, and they always have great recommendations. So I'm going to take this brush, I dipped it into the powder, going to do a little tap. You see how it flew off? We don't want all that. We want very light. We want very light, natural, soft. That's the look we're going for today. See how I kind of blended it under here? Because this is where some of that patchiness can start showing up. For me, anyway. So I'm going to blend it right here to kind of soften the edge of where I put that bronzer and blush. I did a little on the forehead and a little where I get greasy, which is on the nose. And that's it. I go back a little bit with my blush brush. There we go. Woo! Ooh, got scared. I got scared there for a minute. Thought I had ruined the whole look. Because I'm not going anywhere. Cooper, what you doing? What you doing? I'm not going anywhere this evening, so it's not that big of a deal. But if this was my makeup for the day, I'm not a touch-up kind of gal. I'm usually a one and done. I don't have time for all of that. So I have to set it with powder so that it will last all day. But for tonight, but under normal circumstances, I would have set my whole face with that powder before I went in with the other stuff. I just primed my eyelids with the Milani eyeshadow primer. This stuff lasts forever. I can't even remember when I bought this. And I'm squeezing it like toothpaste, and I still have this much left. I swear it lasts forever. And it really does help with my oily eyelids and keeping things from not creasing and making my eyeshadow last all day. So today, in our quest to look summery, fresh, and soft, and beautiful, and natural, we are going to use this $3 quad from e.l.f. This is in I Love You a Latte. So cute. These are called their bite-size eyeshadow quads. $3. Now, as you can see with this packaging, it's these little hinges here are bound to break. But that's, you know, I care more about what's inside than the outside packaging. This would be so nice to travel with if you just wanted something to give you an easy peasy look. I think this would be great. You could make it a little smokier if you put more of this dark brown in the crease, but today we're going to keep it soft and natural. How many times do you think I'm going to say that in the video? First, I'm going to take this fluffy brush. I'm going to go into the lightest shade. How have you guys been? I feel like the question I hear all day from fellow teachers is, do you have any plans this summer? What are your plans this summer? So I'm going to ask you guys the same question. What are your plans this summer, if you have any? And if you don't, why not? I'm one to talk. I usually never have plans. My brother usually always comes to visit. He lives in Ohio. He comes to visit around 4th of July, and we have a nice visit then. But as far as like me, oh, I got an eyelash. Me traveling? No. But this year is going to be different. So I kind of took that to the brow bone, and I bring that all the way in. I bring it all the way in just to brighten this whole area. All the way in here. Make sure it's focusing. There we go. Now I'm going to take the same brush and see these two shades in the middle. You might say, oh, like they look so similar. This one's more of a cooler toned brown, and this one is more warm toned. There isn't a huge difference, but depending on your skin undertones, you might prefer the cooler tones brown. So I'm actually going to go with that, since I do have cooler undertones, and that's kind of been the theme of today. So I'm going to take that cool brown. I tapped it off a little bit. I'm going to go in the crease. But me and Cooper and my wonderful boyfriend Brian are going to have some adventures in North Georgia. I want to see waterfalls. I want to see mountains. I want to be in nature. We're going to have a cabin in the woods. Hopefully we don't get murdered. I know that is the start of quite a many horror films. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I just, I don't know if this is just me getting older. I'm 33, but my tolerance for people nowadays just seems to be getting lower and lower. and I have always been kind of a homebody, but the idea of being surrounded by nature and my boyfriend and Cooper, my dog, like that sounds perfect. That sounds incredible. That's all I want. Be in nature and relax and not have a care in the world. Which is funny because I also love Disney. I love going to the Disney parks. And you would think, Sarah, that doesn't make any sense with what you just said. And you're right. But I also get that same feeling in Disney of feeling free from all life anxiety. I feel safe there, just like I would feel safe in my home. I feel safe in Disney. Like, who goes to Disney and is worried about getting robbed? Nobody. Because it's a safe place. So I'm just going back and forth and blending. But the crowds at Disney have just, I don't know if it's the 50th anniversary or people just playing catch up because their vacations got canceled because of COVID, but it's too wild. Too wild for me. I'll wait till it calms down. So, nature relaxing vacation is perfect. So I think these are blending quite well. I am taking my time though. I want this look to be just very barely there. Like I don't want anything to stand out too much. I just want that naturally pretty, easy look. That's what I want. If an old man saw me at a gas station, I want him to say, "Oh, she's such a natural beauty." That's what I want. Little do they know, I'm spending probably 30 minutes doing this. They don't need to know. They just need to know I'm a natural beauty. Okay, happy with that. So if you weren't sure what I was doing, I was just blending and I would dip my brush back in barely, and then I just kept adding a little bit more in the crease and blending it in. And blending, and then dip a little bit more, poke it, poke it in the crease and start blending towards the center here. That way it's darkest here, blending towards the center. Now I'm going to take my pinky finger and I'm going to rub it into the lightest shade. That looks nice and pigmented. And I'm going to tap it, kind of like a tap and drag on the lid. Tap and drag. So tell me in the comments below what your plans are, if you have any. And if you don't, what do you plan on doing at home? There's so much stuff I can do here at the house, please. I can make fun videos. I have so many things in the house that I want to organize or redecorate. I just went in for a little bit more smoothing it on. Gonna take that brush and now I'm gonna do it to the other side. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Did it to the other side. Now I'm going to take this liner brush and I'm going to take a setting spray and I'm just going to spray the back of my hand. Take the brush and dip it into where I sprayed to wet the brush. I guess I could have just sprayed it, but this way it's a controlled spray. That's sometimes those mists on those setting sprays like get everywhere. So now I'm going to tap it into the, kind of drag it actually in that darkest shade. And I'm just going to line the outer part. I'm not going to bring it all the way in. And I'm keeping it very close to the lash line. All I want from this is to make my lashes look thicker and longer. That's what I want. Okay. And it always looks a little wonky until I add mascara, and then it looks great. So trust the process. Gonna wet it a little bit more. Dries up pretty quick. Do it to the other side now. Okay, so like I said, I stopped about right here, and now we're going to add mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes with this Shiseido eyelash curler. Couldn't live without this thing. It's the best. It's the best one. Don't waste your money on any other eyelash curler. The Shiseido one is worth the money, lasts a long time, and it works the best. I'm using a waterproof Lash Sensational Licious. I don't think I like it as much as the regular Lash Sensational because, I mean, it works fine. I mean, like, look at these lashes. But I will get little dots on my eyelid that the regular Lash Sensational Waterproof doesn't do. So, not a huge deal, but just prefer the pink Lash Sensational one better. Okay. I'm going to do the other eye and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I added mascara to this eye, and then for my eyebrows, I did a quick little brush through of the e.l.f. Brow Wow. I love this stuff for just adding a little bit of pigment to my brows while shaping them. It doesn't have like the best hold in the world. Just came in here to sneeze. Oh, bud. Yep. We all have allergies over here in this house. Cooper! I'm so sorry. Now, if this was a true natural look, I probably would just put chapstick on and be done with it. But to feel a little bit more feminine and pretty, I'm going to put on the Revlon. This is the Revlon Cream Super Lustrous Lipstick in Pink in the Afternoon. And then I'm going to top it off with this NYX Filler Instinct Plumping Lip Polish in Brunch Drunk. Lovely. It's just got some gold sparkle to it. Nothing too crazy. And I'm feeling pretty. I'm feeling awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Tell me below if you have any plans for the summer, or if you don't, what are you going to do at home? I want to hear all about it. Thank you for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. I have so many ideas planned for this summer for my channel. Finally, I'm free from teaching for a little bit, so I can put all of my energy into my hobbies and my channel and things that make me feel like a human. So please stick around for more videos in the future, and I will see you very soon. Stay beautiful. Bye.